Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Split Labs channel. Today is Friday, May 8th, 2026. And as always, before I dive into my MLB best bets, I have to let you guys know this video is completely powered by Split Labs because we built the exact tool that we wanted to use as sports bettors ourselves. We're going to walk over some public betting splits, some line movement, and some market signals across the MLB today together. And if you yourself want to see what the crowd is doing, where the line is going, and what the market is hinting at, it's what we do every single day. Specifically, Monday through Friday right here on this YouTube channel with you guys. If you want to try it out yourself, get access to everything that you're going to see on this dashboard as I land my best bets, head over to the link in the description and the top pinned comment. Promo code YouTube gets you 50% off your first month at splitlabs.net. All right, let's dive into my bad day. How did yesterday go? Not great, guys. Not great. We had the Yankees under 9. I mean, completely just went over that line, wasn't even close. Nationals Nerfy is the only bet that we won yesterday, which is crazy to think about given how freaking many runs these teams scored. So again, we doubled down on that. We took the Nationals full game under 9 and we lost that as well. The Twins pitcher Simeon Woods Richardson, I had his over 14.5 outs because I was leaning into the fact that they were going to be able to control this game and keep it under. Terrible reads. Did not work out in my favor. Another L. And then last but not least, Padres in the snooze fest. They lost yesterday as well. Took them straight up on the money line. I just think they should be a better team than the Cardinals, but it was a close game, pitcher duel, and they just could not pull it out. So that brings yesterday to 1-4. I think this might be our first losing day of the week. I'm sad, guys. I'm so incredibly sad, but it's okay. It's all right. As we always say, quickly celebrating wins. We don't have many to celebrate right now. Shout out to the Nerfy, and then never apologizing for losses. Although this is a terrible card, unacceptable. It's a part of the game. So with that being said, our week is now 11-7-1. It looked so beautiful yesterday, so we got to make it up. Today's our last video of the week. Let's make it count. We've got the WNBA season also tipping off today, so that's really exciting. I think I might do a second video. I'm gonna try it out. You guys let me know if you think it's better if I just like combine things. If I did like a I don't know, maybe like an MLB best bet and a WNBA best bet together, or should I separate those out just in case you're not interested in the W? Let me know. For today, I might split it out. We'll see how I feel when I go back and, sit with the team and go through it. Anywho's, it's Friday. Let's have a good week. Starting off with the first game on the slate, let's do Astros versus Cincinnati Reds. We've got 56% of bets, 64% of money coming in on Cincinnati Reds spread. So definitely something worth noting. And guys, I'm not recording this at 2 o'clock in the morning. The Sharps are fully awake. They've got their bets in. So this is definitely a sharp signal here. And clearly the books are respecting it. As we can see, the line movement is trending in favor of the Reds with a price shift. So positive sign for sharp bettors. Public, probably a situation you might want to be aware of. Looking at the money line, 65% of bets, 68% of money coming in on Cincinnati Reds money line, only priced at a -138, which is pretty low for a 20-18 team going against a 15-23 Astros. Noticing, however, money line is moving in their favor, opened at a -126, now sitting at a -138. So that's a positive sign regardless. Total under 9s apparently are eating me alive. However, currently as it stands, 57% of bets, 52% of money coming in on the over 9. This isn't enough money on either side for the books to show their hand, but they already have. We had an open line of 9.5. They're slowly bringing this down even by 0.5 runs, which is huge in the MLB, letting us know that they predict that this game is going to go under. I know the under 9 did not treat me well yesterday. However, we got to bounce back here. Give me the under 9. I don't even really need to look at, starting pitchers, bullpens, whatever. The books are clearly telling me the story here, so I'm going to lean into that. Give me the under 9 on the Astros and the Reds. I will look at some pitcher props just because we're going to lean into that under. Moving into the starting pitchers and bullpens, these bullpens are atrocious. So this is going to be another one of those situations where hold my hand, fool me once, shame on me, right? Fool me twice, shame on you. I can't say it's not going to be a shame on you if you tail me on this one with a bullpen this bad. However, I've got better data to back it up, guys. I've got better data to back it up. The line movement, this is reverse line movement, guys. Walk with me here. All right, so the bullpens, we got a 5.82 ERA, yuck, 6.53 ERA. Oh my gosh, terrible across the board. I'm sure a lot of people should be jumping all over this over. Nick Lodolo's coming in. First start of the season. I mean, hey, sure. So like, he's going to be expected to go a lot of innings though. So they're going to heavily lean on Lodolo to keep this in check and try not to get into this bullpen. One thing that we will say is that the arms available for the Reds are significantly better than the Astros. So it's already working in their favor. If we can get Lodolo to give us some good innings, give us to about 5.5, 6, if we're lucky. And then we got Ashcraft, Maul coming in. I think we're going to be solid, guys. The Reds clearly, I think they have the advantage here when it comes to the bullpen. I think Lodolo can keep it in check. We're going to see. As far as the weather profile, it's definitely trending in favor of an environment that you'd think that you're going to see a lot of hits, a lot of home runs possibly. It's blowing out more towards the right here. I'm just going to turn on this filter really quickly and see which team hits more towards the right. So far we got the Reds. They're more center-based, which is great. And then we got the Astros. Look at that. Astros are definitely more left field based. So they're getting like the lowest boost of the side here. I feel like that's a pretty good read on like the position or the stance that I'm trying to lean into here, where I do like the Reds to take this one. Let me just take a quick look at recent form. We've got Astros played the Dodgers on the 6th, so they're well rested. And then Cincinnati Reds, 7-game losing streak. They're currently favorited. I mean, if all the signs don't point to a Cincinnati Reds like finally getting their stuff together, I just don't know what will. You're telling me a 7-game skid and we've got the Cincinnati Reds favorited? Put me in, coach. Give me Cincinnati Reds money line. Put me down for 2 units if you want. Cincinnati Reds, that's where I will be. And the under, let's move it back up. Let's do back to the the under 9.5 here for first game on the slate. So again, best bets here. Cincinnati Reds money line, under 9.5. All right, moving into our next game here. Let's do the Athletics versus the Orioles. The Athletics have been like sneaky fun to watch, which is just so surprising. Anyway, Athletics coming into Baltimore. We've got 58% of bets, 74% of money coming in on the Orioles. So a lot of sharp money on the Orioles, expecting to just cover the spread here. Even though they're a 17-21 team, I think a lot of people just favor the Orioles. They have so much upside potential, which makes sense. However, the books are not showing their hand. The run line has not moved enough for us to like show an indicator over here at Split Lab. So we're saying the run line has not changed. Clearly it opened at a -166, currently sitting at a -170. That's just not enough of a price shift for us to call it out. So ignore that. Moving on to the money line, 59% of bets, 42% of money coming in on Baltimore, straight up on the money line. The books are showing their hand a little bit here. And again, it's very light. Open at a -146 for the Orioles, now sitting at a -142. Reverse line movement, but again, it's so light. Like, how do I really say anything about this? And then going into the total, 85% of bets, 96% of money on over 9.5. Opened at a 9. Books have already shifted. I don't know if there's any way that they couldn't. I mean, you got 96% of bets on over 9.5. So it makes sense on why this line movement, it trends in your favor. Although I think this is more so like we have to 90% of bets on this. How do we not move this line up? Clearly people are really leaning into the fact that it should go over. And why is that? Well, we've got Lopez on the bump for Athletics, 6.52 ERA, disgusting. Does not go lengthy innings. He's averaging about 4.8 innings pitched per start. And then you got this bullpen, although they have some good arms available and they have not been stressed out, 4.98 ERA, not the worst of the worst bullpens, but also not the best either. Sitting in the category of maybe the top of the worst. I don't know how else you put that. On the opposite side for the Orioles, again, another guy that has a really strong, bad ERA at a 5.56 ERA is not giving you a lot of innings. He's averaging about 4.9 innings pitched per start, and then you got to get into this terrible, disgusting bullpen of the Orioles. 6.29 ERA coming in, and look at their stress levels, the health of this bullpen, the lack of arms available. I understand why people are leaning into the over here. I just don't know how you get away from it. The field, to be honest, it's not really favoring like an over. The projected that we have is an 8.9 projected runs. It's supposed to be like 65-ish degrees when it comes to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for first pitch. So like, what's our read here? Do we lean into that? Yesterday, Athletics played the Phillies. They put up 12 hits. But I think what we're seeing here, though, is the fact that once they do this, they typically regress a little bit, right? 3, 1, get a 7. All right, maybe that's just like a recent form thing. Let's take a look at Baltimore. I just don't see a way that I pick a side here. Like, both of these teams are trash. This is a matchup that like they line up perfectly and just being terrible together, that like, how do you pick a side unless you're like just favoring, I don't even know, like just picking off like who you think is going to be the better team on paper. Who's the advantage? You got the starting pitcher advantage for the Orioles on the first 5, sure. Complete bullpen advantage for the Athletics in the second half. So I don't know how you play anything besides the over 9.5 here. The only thing that I will say that is terrifying me is how much money and bets are on this. If I have a lean in here, I go the over 9.5 and I take the Athletics. But again, this is just a no bet for me. No bet zone here. No skin in the game. Nothing on our card for this game here. The data's all over the place. It's a really good spot for the books. We're just not going to touch this one at all. So consider this as your warning if you're backing either of these teams. This is the data for it. I would personally recommend that you stay away from it. So we're going to scratch this and move on to our last game of the slate. I always feel bad when I cheat you guys out of a best bet. But again, I feel like I always want this channel to be more informational and educational, where you guys know like, hey, where the data saying, hey, beware, maybe this is a game that you skip, look elsewhere for a best bet. Let's see, who else do we want to do for our final game on the slate, guys? Should we do like a nice pitcher one? Pirates versus Giants. I mean, this data looks really fun. Let's end it off here. We got the Pirates coming into San Francisco. 60% of bets, 79% of money coming in on Pittsburgh, -1.5. Line is moving in favor of Pittsburgh for the point and the price, which is fantastic. It's just so much money on them. Another thing worth noting, Pittsburgh's currently an underdog. Their open line was a +104. Now sitting at a +100 with 61% of bets, 82% of money on the Pittsburgh Pirates. I mean, guys, is this not a concern all over the board? I feel like if you've subscribed to this channel, you know exactly where I'm going to land here. And then on the opposite end, we've got the under 7.5 taking in 80% of bets, 99% of money on the under 7.5. This has not moved whatsoever as well, so that we've got all types of chaos about to ensue for this game. The under is not too surprising for me, just because, right, these are two really good pitching staffs. Although the bullpen for the Pirates has not been good as of late, I don't know how you're confidently backing the Pirates. Like, I understand, I think this more casual better is just looking at like a record and like the form of the Pirates versus the Giants, where the Giants can't hit the ball, but they have every advantage in this matchup. I'm going Giants money line here. Just run it. If you can, I'd honestly take a San Francisco -1.5. I'm not going to get greedy just because this is already at a pick'em, but Giants money line is a really solid play for the day here. So give me the Giants money line here. Really liking this. Anytime that I back the Giants, I don't have them putting up runs. So like, I understand why people are picking the under. Personally, I'm not going to play that, just because if I have to rely on the Giants to do anything for me, the only thing that they're going to do is let me down. Another thing worth noting is that Pittsburgh is coming in on a 2-game win streak, while the Giants are on a 2-game losing streak. You're getting Pittsburgh as as an underdog. I mean, the signs are there, guys. The signs are there. So with that being said, I did say that I wanted to look at a player prop in our Astros versus Reds game. So let's do that really quickly. And we'll end off the week. Let's have a nice bounce back spot and I'll get you guys on your way. All right, so we have this one going as a pitcher duel here. So let's take a look at Lodolo. It's his first start. Got nothing against the opponent since 2023. Don't love that. Burrows, how are we looking? All right, 2025, he got 6 Ks against the Reds. Not bad. Your recent form, 3 against Boston, 8 against the Yankees. Not too surprising. Cardinals, 7. I don't necessarily feel too strongly about this one. Astros are away. All right, so we don't have any data for away. Not bad. I earned runs. There was one that has to like kind of go far, right? I think it's the Reds. I think I'm leaning into the Reds pitcher going far. So let's take a look. They don't have any outs recorded for the freaking Reds pitcher, guys. Come on. They're killing me. They're forcing my hand on Mike Burrows. Earned runs. I have this game going low. Let's see. First opponent. Last time, 2025, he allowed 4. Not great. Again, I'm really leaning into the fact that this line movement is really low, or just reverse. I think I'm gonna go Mike Burrows under 2.5 earned runs allowed, because again, I have the Reds winning, but I don't know if I have them like destroying the Astros. So that's gonna be my player prop for the day. Astros pitcher Mike Burrows under 2.5 earns allowed. With that being said, guys, those are my best bets for the Friday slate here. Be on the lookout for possibly another video for WNBA. Should be coming out shortly. And with that being said, if this video helps you out at all, please be sure to like, subscribe, and if you're tailing or fading, be sure to put it in the top into the comments. Let me know. It does not matter which one. We're just happy that you're here. And then last but not least, if you want access to everything that you saw here on the Split Labs dashboard, head over to the link in the description and the top pinned comment, splitlabs.net. Promo code YouTube gets you 50% off your first month. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a fantastic week. Have a fantastic Mother's Day. And yeah.